Hey everybody. Sorry that took so long. I do not know why StreamYard did not want to connect to my account for some reason. So I had to delete it and then re-add it and go back. So anyways, it's working now. Sorry it took me so long. And sorry it's so dark. I tried to mess with my lighting and it's just really bad right now. Still trying to fix everything. Anywho, we just finished doing some sprints with Bazaar and he had to go back to work. And so I decided to just come on and continue sprints because I was having fun and I want to keep reading. So yeah, I'm just gonna be on here doing some more sprints. We can talk about manga, we can talk about books, and yeah, we'll just keep on going. I think I am going to start with a 25-minute sprint because I actually. Hey, Eric. Yes. I need to read more. I'm ready. Ready for more Monster. It's been so good. I'm so glad that we're reading it together. It's the best. I need to figure out my lighting though. This lighting is really bad. Well, and it doesn't look that bad until I click on YouTube and look at it, and then I'm like, oh man, the lighting is really bad. But how long of a sprint do you want to do for our next sprint? I was thinking maybe like 30 minutes. We've been doing 25, which I think is great, but I might want to do something a little bit longer. Yes. No, it's so good. Hey, Kat. Thanks for coming over. I think we're going to do another sprint because I have food to eat and manga to read. 30 minutes? I think 30 minutes sounds good. I think a 30-minute sprint would be nice. And then we can get some more reading and I can eat because I haven't eaten yet. And yeah, then we can come back and chat about what we've been reading. Sweet. Let's do 30 minutes then. Let me just get our. Hey, Christina. We're going to do a 30-minute sprint really quick. If I can get our cute little kitty cat up here. And I guess it already started. So let's do 30-minute sprint. We'll come back. Oop. I'm going to restart this. A step. Let me do actually 30 minutes. Come on now. There you go. And then we'll come back and chat. Thanks for coming over, you guys. Okay, how did everybody's reading go? What'd you read? How'd you like it? Leviathan is getting good. Good. I want to read that one. It looks really good. Meowsies. Yeah, I usually do the meow after. Meow. But I have been told that's pretty cringe, so I'm trying not to do it anymore, even though I just did it. I just got to chapter 38. Like, I just hit chapter 38. It's so good. It's so good. It's so intense. I think my only issue is I feel like a lot of the old men look similar. So I'm like, wait, is that one guy? Or is that this other guy? Or is this a new guy? Sometimes the old men look really, really similar to each other. But other than that, I'm really liking it. It's very intense. But it's so good. I ate some dinner as well. I still have some of my dinner sitting over here. Um, but yeah, I'll probably finish it during our next sprint. Just turn off the camera so you guys don't have to watch me eat. But I was thinking about another kind of fun question. Um, just to like get to know all of our tastes in manga because I feel like talking to everybody, I realized that we all have like really different tastes in manga, which is super fun. I think it's super fun. But I was gonna say, if you had to pick 3 manga to kind of like give a taste test to other people, like your taste in manga with 3 manga series, like what series would you pick? And I'm gonna tell you guys my 3. And it doesn't have to be favorites. It's just series that you feel like shows your taste in manga. But Oh My Goddess is one of mine. It is my favorite manga of all time. I really like it because I love the art. I love that you have these like goddess characters. So I really like series that have mythology, folklore, those kinds of elements in them. I like series that have like a little bit of romance, which this does. And this has a lot of like fantasy and sci-fi elements in it. So yeah, this is like one of my favorite series, and all of those things are things that I like in manga. And it's one of the series that I might buy two, like the omnibus copies and have 2 different versions. I try really hard not to do that. But another one of my favorites is Dorohedoro. This is like my dark side of things because I do like darker series. I just don't like straight up horror or straight up gore or really anything with like sexually explicit content. But like Dorohedoro is like it's action and it's mystery and there's monsters. I like all of those things. They have like such good characters and such good bad guys and good guys. And yeah, like just a really good series that I think also describes some of my taste in manga. And then my last one is My Love Mix Up, which is a like slice of life um like love story with 4 friends where everything gets mixed up and it ends up with 2 guy characters who didn't initially think they were attracted to guys and then they end up being attracted to guys. So it has like a BL element. I love manga that has like LGBTQIA characters, especially when there's like some struggle that's involved with it. But I think those are my like 3 series that I would tell people about to kind of describe my taste in manga. So, anyways, jambalaya? What's jambalaya? Is that what you ate for dinner? I ate taquitos. Taquitos and coffee, delicious. Oh, you ate. I was gonna say you hate jambalaya and that's what you had for dinner. I love Dorohedoro. I did like Killing Stalking, but I kind of hated that I liked it. I was like, "This is a little too dark for me, but I really like it, but I don't know if I should like." I'm so weird about Killing Stalking. Nausicaa is my favorite Miyazaki movie of all time. I have the manga. It's on my list to read this year. Claymore I wanna read, and The Girl from the Other Side is also one of my favorite manga of all time. Just gonna put that out there. I lent that one to my brother, Girl from the Other Side, I lent to my brother. Blame, blam, blom, blame. I need to read that one. It's on my list. Divergelder is one that I won't read because of content. And I love One Punch Man. And I love Gangsta too. Yeah. Yeah, and I also hate that it's never gonna be finished. But I do like that they did Gangsta Cursed because at least it gives us a little more story. But yeah, Gangsta, fabulous. I need to read Blame. Blom. Blam. World's End Harem. Oh my gosh, I would never like peg you for a World's End Harem kind of guy. I feel like Daddy Weeb, Jake is reading that right now. Or he's reading like the continuation of it or something. Fist of the North Star. I want to read that. Don't toy with me, Miss Nagatoro. Love my ecchi, love my action-packed shonen and my comedy. Yeah, I haven't read any of those. So, yeah, no, definitely there are so many more series like I love historical things as well. I love stories that have good bad guys in them. But I'm not a villainess. Like all the villainess manga aren't really my jam. But yeah, it's kind of like America's version of. Oh, I've heard of jambalaya. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I was just confused because I thought you were saying you hated it, but that's what you ate for dinner. And I was like, well, that sucks that you hate it, but you ate it anyways. But I think I've had like a version of jambalaya before at one of our restaurants that we have around here. But I would love like homemade jambalaya. I think it sounds really good. Have you read the Orban Movements of the Year? No, but it looks fantastic, and I do want to try it because both the art and the story just sound really good and look really good. That's one that I need to like go to Barnes and Noble and pick it up and try it and see what I think. Yeah. No, it does sound like a unique historical. But yeah, stuff like Bride Story and Emma would be like historical. What other historical ones do I have? Um, like is Helsing historical? Kind of. There's one and I cannot think of the name of it right now. Samurai. Anything with samurai is historical. So, Bizarre. Hello. I don't know if you were watching right now or just listening, but hey. Hey, hey, hey. Got the whole series. It's good. Only 4 volumes? Heck yeah. I need more small completed series. I do not have Innocent. No. I know. He's just sneaking in out of nowhere. Definitely curious about Orb. Not sure if I'll watch or read it first. Oh, is it an anime as well? Oh, I might check out that one. That's both an anime and a manga. After School Charisma. Yep. Good one, good one. Innocent is a good one. I've heard a lot of really good things about Innocent, and then I've also heard that people unhauled it after they read it. Like it wasn't what they were expecting. Same thing with DRCL. I think it's by the same mangaka. I've heard a lot of people like it and a lot of people not like it. Yeah, it's definitely one that I would want to read before I purchase it because I don't know if I would enjoy it or not. It looks good. The art looks fantastic. It sounds good, but it's one of those that I'm like, I might hate it or I might just dislike it. Well, we'll see. But I like crazy stuff, I feel like. I'm like trying to think of some manga to explain like the craziness of thing like Higurashi. Probably my most horror-esque manga is Higurashi, and I have all of it except for the like newest ones that have come out. Um and then what else do I have that's kind of on the crazy? Hell's Paradise. I just finished a reread of this. Bazaar and I started it, and he stopped, I think, at volume 6, and then I finished the rest of it. And I love this one. So it almost had a little too much of the like crazy nudity in it for me, but it's just too good. I couldn't not read it. But yeah, I really like psychological stuff. I just can't have it. It can't have anything to do with like crazy abusive moms or um like sexual assault SA or sexual trauma. Those are my like no-nos. I have only read a little bit of Bright Story. I liked what I read. I bought a whole bunch. I need to read the rest of them. It's on my list of manga that I need to read this year. Yes, Dorohedoro, the best. I need to try the anime of that one too. The art is realistic and innocent enough that it might be a little much. Gotcha. I see what you're saying. Innocent is not for me. Okay. Good to know. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, everybody's got their thing. Everybody's got something that they don't like seeing or reading or talking about or whatever. So, but yeah, I'm trying to think if I have any exceptions because I'm not a huge isekai girly and I'm not a big villainess girly either, but I do have exceptions where there are some isekai that I really like. And there's one villainess manga that I like, and I cannot think of the name of it right now. It's the villainess is taming the villain or something, and I just released the 4th volume of it. Laura talks about it a lot, but she talks about a lot of villainess manga, so that probably would not help. Ooh, yeah, no. Nope. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Yeah. No, no, no. Would not be my jam, unfortunately. Do you guys have any hard lines with your manga? Things that you don't like reading? Kat doesn't like happy manga, right? Yes, that's still a child. In my mind, if you're 17 or younger, you're still a kid. And even some 18 and 19-year-olds are still children. Like some that I know in real life. Oopsies, I left the kitty on. Hush, my little kitty. Yes, I saw that. I want to read that. Villainess, no better character, Estep? I don't know who that is. Hate the trope of voyeurism for laughs or cheap gimmick. Yeah. I know that they had a lot of this in earlier manga, but I hated when they had like the goofy, like cross-dressing character that was just there to make fun of. That, yeah, that always bothered me. I was like, why do we do that? And that's not just a Japan thing. I was watching a bunch of like old Disney cartoons and they do that too. They're like, let's just have a character that cross dresses so that we can like make fun of that character or have them be like the stupid character or whatever. And that, yeah. Not the same as voyeurism, but just a trope that I don't like. So, yeah. We lost Christina. Where did you go? I avoid manga that's all about depression. Poon poon. Yeah. I don't mind when manga has conversations about depression, but if the entire series is just about depression, it's a little too much for me. But I do appreciate the representation when it's there. I just don't care for it when it's the entire. And that's why like I did like parts of Oyasumi Poon Poon. Is because I did find a lot of things in the series relatable, but it's not one that I would ever own, and I probably won't ever reread it. Yeah. When it's like I'm fine with cross-dressing characters. I don't mind that at all. It's when they use it as like a gag character or a, you know, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. Ones that feel that give my taste. Oh my god. Yes. 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 Apothecary Diaries. Yes, yes, yes. And I'll say glasses. Glasses? Glasses? What's glasses? What's glasses? Just for the wholesome romance. Yes, no, we don't have a ton more. I was just like, we need to like keep it to a small number. So that's why I picked 3. But 5 is good. Are you talking about Glasses with a Chance of Delinquent? Is that what you're talking about? Because I love that manga. But yeah. If it's like oh, Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep. Totally cool with Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's not the same. It's different cross-dressing. Yes. Yes, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I feel like so like Rocky Horror Picture Show is like a cult classic, right? I've been trying to think if there's like anime or manga that we feel like would be the equivalent of a cult classic. I don't know if there is or not. Yes, we understand. We're on the same page. Yep, yep, yep. No, for sure. Like, what is it called? Tokyo Godfathers? It's a anime movie. That one, like, almost bothered me. Like, the cross-dressing aspect of that almost bothered me, but I love that movie so much. And I feel like, again, it's, like, not the same. Yes, Ergo Proxy is a classic. Yeah, but not a cult classic. Like, part of me is like, Tenchi Muyo feels like a cult classic. And maybe I'm the only one who thinks that. But, like, rewatching it or rereading it, I'm like, "Tenchi Muyo isn't that good." But because I loved it back in the day. I still love it. So I don't know. Yeah, it is. Satoshi Kon, yeah. Tokyo Godfathers. Let's see if I can find a picture. Oh, Eric, you're so sweet. I just got your text and here we are. We're still here. We're still going. Let's see. Tokyo. Oh man, 2003? This is the cover that that was there when I watched it. But I guess there's other ones too. That's one that I need to buy. I need to I need to start buying anime again. I haven't bought anime in years. I'm trying to remember that. I mean, Final Fantasy 7, Cloud gets dressed up as a chick. I don't feel like that's offensive or whatever. Perfect Blue is crazy. Ninja Scrolls, I haven't seen that one, but I feel like that would be on the list of like cult classics. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, do you guys want to do another sprint? I I've got like another half an hour, 45 minutes that I can be on. We could do a 20-minute sprint, 30-minute sprint, and then come back and have another little chat before I take off. What do you think? Just gonna check on my kitty for a second. What color do we want you to be, kitty cat? I swear there is a way to do it multiple colors. These are so cute. I love this website. Such a weirdo. Ninja Scrolls was your first? Oh my goodness. Answer the phone at work sprint. Could do one more and chat after, then I gotta go get some. Yes. Yeah. Okay, let's do 20 minutes. And then we'll come back and chat for a bit. Let me just reset this really quick. And yeah, and then we can call it a night. Switch up our kitty a little bit. All right. See you guys in 20 minutes. How did everyone's reading go? Oh, I need to catch up on some comments. Where did my bookmark go? There it is. Yeah, I don't really like explicit, well, sexually explicit stuff. And like too much gore. I don't know if death really bothers me that much in manga, but yes, Taming the Final Boss, that's the one. That's the one that I was trying to talk about earlier when I was trying to say that there's one villainess story that I like. That's the one. And I'm so sorry that I'm like super dark now. It's because my new light that I got died. It ran out of battery. So, excess nudity, yeah. I feel like the one manga that has like almost too much nudity for me is Hell's Paradise. But no, you're good. Yes. Classes with the chance of delinquent. And no sorries, don't even worry about it. Interact, relaxing ambient sci-fi music for the time in between. Is that a book? I don't think I've heard of that. Ooh. I want to read that so bad. It sounds so good. The middle of chapter 40. Where did I stop? Hold on. Let me find where I am. Sometimes it's hard to find the chapter breaks. Yep, I am also in the middle of chapter 40. I might have to read the last few pages before I go to bed. End of the Lustrous. Yeah, I have heard that it's a lot of people's like absolute favorite, and I feel like it has a really creative story. Yeah, it does have quite a lot of nudity in it. Like most of the monsters or creatures on the island are just a bunch of it's like an amalgamation of nude body parts of humans that are all like smushed together. And then there's the big bad guys are nude a lot as well. Yeah, nudity doesn't really bug me. Like overall doesn't bug me. It's when it's like meant to be racy that it bugs me. Like if it's just naked bodies, it doesn't bug me. It's like, okay, naked body, whatever. But if it's like sexualized or racy or whatever, that's when it kind of bugs me. Like, oh my gosh, what is that? There's a manga that I started collecting and I thought it was really cool. It's like Gleipnir, Gleipnir, or Gleipnir. I don't know how it's pronounced. And this one doesn't even like it does have nudity later on, but like I just didn't like the way that the main chick was drawn. Even when her clothes on, it looked like she was nude and the angles were like extremely sexual angles in it. And so like I dropped that manga because of that reason. Yes. 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 Yeah. No. No, I think that Hell's Paradise has some really great art. Mhm. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, so like I mean, I can't show it. I was like, I could show you. No, I can't. I cannot show you. But Yeah, if you don't like nudity in your manga, I would recommend staying away from Hell's Paradise because it has quite a lot of nudity in it. And some is sexualized and others isn't. So, I get that. I know there's an idol BL manga that I tried and the angles no. Yeah. Yeah. And that's just, I mean, again, it's a personal preference. Like, I know that there are a lot of people who like ecchi content, and I think that's totally fine. It's just not my jam. Doesn't bug me if other people like it. I'm not someone who's going to be like, oh, you read blah, blah, blah. Like, read what you want. When it comes to explicit material, what's important to me is the context of and the purpose it's used for. Yeah, I have a hard time with obviously certain explicit types of things, but then like other stuff doesn't bother me at all. I don't know. There's a fluctuating line depending on the context and the purpose, as you say. Like it's different depending on the context and the purpose of it. If it's just there to be, in my opinion, to be stupid, then I'm like, not my jam. You can take. I'm not really an ecchi person. I don't really care about the ecchi stuff. I don't really care for like sexually explicit stuff. I'm not a smut or a spice girly. Not my jam. I don't mind sexual content if it's consensual and brief. Like, yeah. I'm gonna judge depending on the age of the character. Sorry, not sorry. Don't sexualize it. Yes. Yes. Agreed. Yep. Yeah. I mostly like if someone likes that kind of stuff, I just don't tell me about it. Just don't talk to me about it. Like keep it to yourself. I don't want to know. I don't want to hear about it because it is internally there is going to be something that like I won't be able to look at someone the same if I know that they are into. Even when it's just manga and not real people, it still makes me feel some sort of way. Yes. And I know that some people are like, "Oh, spoilers, don't tell me da da da." But it's like I was talking about uh their dreams at dusk. I always forget the first word. I always want to call it dreams at dusk. The fact that the main character contemplates taking his own life. Like, yeah, that's a spoiler, but I feel like that's something that people should know going into it because it can be triggering and some people don't want to read that kind of stuff and they want to avoid those kind of things. You know, having things that say like, "Oh, this includes non-consensual whatever or gore or blah 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 blah." It's like thank you. Glad we can relate to each other. Yeah, like some people are gonna, be upset about spoilers, but in my mind, I'd rather have a couple people upset that I spoiled something and be able to save other people from seeing something that could be upsetting to them. Like if it were me, I would want to be warned ahead of time. And that's one of the reasons that I really appreciate Meet the Weeb dad, Jake. He knows the stuff. Like he knows a lot of the why and what in certain things upset me. And so he can tell me, like, I've had suggestions from other people of stuff that he has read and he's recommended. And I've asked him, like, do you think that I would enjoy this? And he has flat out said, like, nope, you would not. I would not recommend it for you. And I appreciate that because it's like, I don't, who wants to read stuff that they don't want to read? So, yes. Yeah. 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 We I had this problem. Story time. Uh, I was that nerd in high school that created the like anime club in my high school. And we had someone in the club who was constantly trying to bring in that type of anime and manga to like share with the group. And one of the dumb rules that the school had was that like we couldn't deny anyone from joining our like club or whatever. And it started getting really awkward because I had to have a conversation with him, just being like, you can't bring this kind of stuff to school. Like, yeah, it's drawings, but it's borderline pornography. So you can't bring it to school. Like you can watch that stuff in the privacy of your own home, whatever. But again, like these are high school. I was a junior in high school at the time when I made the club, and we had freshmen that were in the club. So yeah, like 15, 14, 15 year olds. But yeah. Yes, I agree. I think that more media needs those kinds of things, like the content warnings or trigger warnings. But again, there's a lot of people who are like, no, that spoils it, blah, blah, blah. So, um, earlier I was talking about Variante as one of my like um sad manga or whatever. This is a horror, but it says on the back, like it's got the warning that it's mature, and it says it's mature for graphic violence. Like, so it says like why it's rated mature. And so yeah, like this doesn't have anything like sexually explicit or anything, but it is uh quite violent. It is graphically violent. So nothing is wrong with smut. People can read smut. I don't mind if people read smut, read spice. Um, Shay from Shay Geeks Out, we live like 2 or 3 cities away from each other, and she is a huge spicy girly, smutty girly. There is nothing wrong with that. Like, you do you. We're talking about stuff that involves children. It's a no-go. We're not having those kinds of things brought up on this channel, please, and thank you. Yeah, yeah. Yep. Well, and like I you have to have like a teacher in high school. You have to have like a teacher that's in charge and you use their classroom or whatever. And um the teacher that was in charge was the graphic arts teacher. And like I had taken his class like 3 times. And so that's why, well, he had like different classes, but I had taken 3 of his classes before. And so that's why he let us use the room. And I had talked to him about it. And he's like, well, the school won't let us not let him be in the club, but we definitely need to have like a conversation. And so he was like, since you're in charge of the club, I'm going to let you have the conversation with him first. And if he doesn't listen and keeps bringing this kind of stuff to school, I will have a conversation with him. And so, yeah. Yeah. So, but I didn't let him share. He also he wrote his own comics that were Alien, Sailor Moon crossovers that were explicit, and he used to try to bring those and show people, and I kind of had to keep him away from, because it was a lot like most of the freshmen that were in the group were girls, and most of the sophomore to seniors were dudes, except for me. Like I was a junior, but yeah. Shouldn't have that stuff at school. Yeah, I've read Gunsmith Cats. Why? What? What are we talking about? Oh, because she's, yeah. Because she's little. Because she's a youngin'. Oh, he was being funny, acting like he knows what we're talking. Oh, so he doesn't even know what smut is. Small enough that if you don't want to trigger warnings, you can easily skip it. So no spoilers if you don't need triggers. Yeah, I feel like you don't have to look at it. Like, even with that, like, it's so small. You literally have to try to read it to be able to see what it is. But yeah. I love that I can tell the people in my life, no, don't read that, or vice versa. Yes. No, it's nice being able to know people's taste in things and like what they enjoy and what they don't enjoy. Like, that's one thing that I love about Laura is I know her taste in manga. So I know if I read a manga, whether or not she would like it. And so like I've recommended her a bunch of stuff and I think she's loved everything I've recommended her, but that's because I know her taste in manga. And like Weeb Dad knows my taste in manga now because we've talked about it so much. And I feel like Eric and I are learning each other's tastes in manga. And yeah, it's just nice to be able to like know each other's tastes so you can give recommendations and then you can also tell them like this is not for you. Like don't read that. It's not your jam. It was before the kid died. Oh, yeah, gotcha. Yeah. I mean, I have a very close friend who is into it's not tentacles, but it's the plant stuff. And I'm like, you do you. You do you. Mini Me at 14 was good at a certain profession. Oh, yes. See, I read and watched Gunsmith Cats when I was, I think, like 17 or 18. And I don't think I ever really like realized how old Minnie May was. And I haven't read it since then. So, yeah, no, I forgot she was that young. Yeah. I don't even know what Not Simple is. And don't make Laura read anything that she wouldn't want to read. That's just mean. We don't do that to Laura. Dags was a manga tuber who liked and disliked exactly the same things and why. Unfortunately, she doesn't post vids anymore. She was a good reference for picking up manga recommendations. Oh, so like the same as you? Like you guys were on the same. That's so cool. Yeah, right? That's like, so people kept trying to recommend Red River to Laura, and I'm like, no, guys, no. Laura will not. It is not a Laura manga. We do not recommend these kind of manga to Laura. They are not for her. Yeah, I don't have anybody who's like on the exact same wavelength as me with manga. Like, I feel like I have a lot of people who are like 50-50 with me, but it's still nice that they know what I do and don't like, if that makes sense. Like, I would love to meet my like manga preference twin. Be like, we like all the same manga and we hate all the same manga. I don't really, do I hate any manga? Yes, actually, no, I take that back. I was going to say, I don't really hate any manga, but there are manga that I hate. Yes, protect Laura. This is not, we're not, yes. She is wonderful and perfect just the way she is. She does not need to be forced into reading or watching things that are just going to make her unhappy. We don't do the thing. You can joke about it with me and try to convince me, Rob, to read or watch stuff that I don't want to read. Rob. But you don't do it to Laura. I'll hunt you down. Well, I have to go in about 4 minutes. Do we have any other chatty things we want to talk about? I'm also thinking, I actually do have a chatty thing I want to talk about. I'm thinking of doing some sprints. Yeah, Tony, I feel like Tony and I are close in a lot of ways, but yeah, she's probably more like 65%, where most other people are like 50 or less. But yeah, I do get a lot of recommendations from Tony. I feel like Marg is another 65%. Marg and Tony are really similar to me in a lot of ways, but not all the way, which is okay. But I'm thinking of doing sprints, like evening sprints. It's 8 o'clock here. It's almost 8 o'clock here where I am. So I usually start sprints around like 5:30 Eastern time. Excuse me. But I could do like 5 on a week night. And I'm thinking Thursdays, but I'm just wondering if anybody would be into that. Like what's everybody doing on Thursday nights or evenings or early evenings? Because again, like it's 8 here. It's not that late for me. But yeah. I think I have a good understanding for your taste and what manga to recommend and what not, even if I like the manga myself. Yeah. Well, and I feel like you like some manga that I like that no one else likes. Like Perfect Girl, Imperfect Girl. Perfect Girl, Imperfect Girl. I can't remember if it's Perfect Girl or Imperfect Girl. But no one I know likes that manga. Nobody likes it, and you like it, and I like it. So that's hella points in my book. The Devil All the Time, Perfect Maeve book. You always give me recommendations. I'm gonna have to. Imperfect Girl. Yes, yes, yes. Manga is similar, but not shoujo. Not with Marg, too much romance. With Tony, I don't get the sports she loves. See, and I like the sports that Tony likes, and I like the romance. Well, not all the romance. I like some of the romance that Marg likes. Heck yeah. So yeah, Thursday nights. Press 1 for yes. Yay. Okay, yeah. So I'm thinking I might start doing Thursday nights as well. And I don't know, I need to read more actual books because I have a lot of books I need to read. I still have a lot of manga I need to read as well. So I might switch it up on Thursdays and do like books and manga and maybe writing because I'm trying to get my first draft of my book completed this year. I went 2 years without writing a single word in the actual book. I just wrote a bunch of little notes and phrases and conversations that popped into my head, and I need to do that this year. I mean, we can have trolley partners. Rob's here. Wait, I don't know. Rob might kick out the other troll. He's supposed to be the only troll in the chat. But yeah. So, yeah, let's try to figure out Thursday. Maybe I'll do it this coming Thursday. I will try to let you guys know on my Instagram, and I'll see you next Sunday for sure. But thanks for being here. I will get my lighting fixed before next sprint, and I hope you guys have a good night. See you later.